Yo, what is going on, everyone? I am Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Welcome to another Thursday night chat. We're going to be hanging out talking comic books and just really just chilling. Before we get to that, though, let's hit that intro. We got Dave joining us. What's up, dude?
What's going on, man? It's been a while since I've been on here.
I know, man. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I do have your Burke box. It's right here. I'm trying to find a box to put it in that'll fit all the books. But it is ready. It's ready to go. Like I said, I'm just trying to find something to put it in. See if I can get it out tomorrow or Saturday. So
Sweet.
Yeah. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute, man.
Good, man. I'm tired. Just up for a little bit. I got my daughter back down, so I got a little bit of a leeway before she wakes up again. And I got to work in the morning, so I can't be on too long anyways.
I hear you. I'm pretty exhausted as well, dude. Going from waking up at like 9:30 in the morning to 6 a.m., it's been hard on the old body, that's for sure. Before we go any further, I want to thank the 616comics.com for sponsoring the channel and the monthly Burke Box, guys. Check out their website, the 616comics.com, for exclusive variants, ratio variants, CGC book statues, and more. Thank you also to the amazing channel members. Everyone in the family to theirs entered to win that monthly Burke Box sponsored by, again, the 616comics.com. I appreciate everyone in friend tier, family tier, and supporter tier as well. Everyone in the friend tier and family tier, a link to their Instagram and YouTube is in the description of all of my videos. Subscribe to them, follow them, and support this amazing comic community. Thank you also to Eric, comicbook_pressing. If you guys ever need any books pressed, consider Eric at comicbook_pressing and IG and use promo code BURK54. Get free shipping back to you on your first order. I'm actually going to be sending him some books here soon because I need him back. I need this book back by March because Kevin Eastman is going to be at the Comic-Con in Kansas City, the big one.
Oh, nice.
And definitely going to get him to sign it and to autograph it or to sketch on it. I'm really, really excited. So I want to make sure I get that back from him for sure.
Nice. That's awesome. That's exciting news.
Yeah, man. Okay, so we have some books that we wanted to show off. I'm going to go first, and hopefully some more people will jump in here. So I did a video earlier this week, and I showed off my haul. I think it was on Tuesday. I got a bunch of books from my long-distance comic shop, the Augusta Book Exchange, which actually there's going to be a new comic shop opening in my town tomorrow. So I'm going to try to go there before we go to see a movie. We're going to go see Puss in Boots 2 tomorrow night. So I'm going to try to go to this new comic shop before that because it opens tomorrow. Anyways, I got a whole bunch of books I showed off the other day, but I'm going to show them off again. The first stack are books that I've read, and the second stack are books that I have not yet read. So I just powered through all of these right before we went live. Dark Crisis 7, the ending to that was phenomenal. And then all the books before that I hadn't read yet. Justice League, Worlds Without a Justice League Batman. Dark Crisis Warzone. Dark Crisis The Dark Army. Dark Crisis Young Justice number 6 of 6. And Dark Crisis The Big Bang. I just got done reading all of those today. Yesterday, I read the ending to Nice House on a Lake. This is book 12. Nice. I didn't think the ending was that good, I'll be honest. I wanted more from it, but I understand they're trying to move forward with it. I also kind of felt like he didn't know how to write an ending, kind of like Donny Cates, but who knows. And I also read this yesterday. This is TMNT MMPR Volume 2, Issue 1. And that was actually really good. It was really good.
Oh, cool. They came out with a Volume 2?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Number 1 came out a week ago.
Is it new team
it kicks off right where the last crossover ended.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers are in the same world right now. And then I read on Tuesday nights, I read Nightwing 98. Phenomenal cover. I read the Nightwing Annual. A little origin on Heartless. And then Nightwing 99. Amazing cover. Absolutely
Nice.
amazing covers. So those are all the ones that I've read. And then this whole stack over here are books that I've not yet read. And we're trying to go through those quickly. Beautiful Jenny Frozen, MMPR 102.
Sweet.
MMPR 103, just a regular cover. Batman 130, Del Auto. Batman White Knight 7. These are books that I still need to read. We'll go into a book box, probably for January. Star Wars The Blade, #1. Just thought it was a cool book. Cool cover, I should say. Now that I've read Dark Crisis, now I can read JSA, #1. This will probably be the first on the reading list after Power Rangers. This is Flash 788 and 789. I like the 788 cover. It's pretty cool. We have Deceased, War of the Undead Gods, acetate covers, book 4 and book 5. All of these, like the acetate covers, have like the blood splatter on them, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm excited to read these last 3 books as well. This is Deathstroke Inc. 15. This is Year 1, Chapter 6. It's been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And then the final 2 books are Derek Chew variants. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Dick Grayson, Titans United Blood Pact #3. And then Titans United Blood Pact #4, Star Girl. Or, wait, not Star Girl, Wonder Girl. So those are my books. You have some pretty awesome books. You showed me you showed me a really cool slab backstage and a couple really awesome key books.
Do you want to see those first?
Whatever you want to show off. Hey,
I
need to have everyone in the chat.
Freaking big stack of books. I'm so far behind. I have like 3 weeks worth of books. I just have not had any chances to do any recordings. These were just a bunch of the books I picked up, like maybe, I don't know, from December onward. So I'll just start showing off a few books. All right, there we go. So, all right. So I went hunting with my son early in the month. He wanted some Sonic the Hedgehog books. So if you collect Sonic the Hedgehog, you know how hard they are to collect, find back in the 90s, because they were often, read and thrown out. So found some early Sonic the Hedgehog.
Nice.
From Archie. Archie was the one that started Sonic. So this was like a cool Sega Genesis cover, video game cover.
I love that cover.
So this is issue 229. Pretty
Sonic.
Cool. So we got Knuckles, #1.
He's saying it's a good time to come in for some Sonic books, says Flo.
There you go. This is a first appearance of Eclipse, Sonic issue number 59. Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 181. We also got a Smurfs #1.
Nice.
So pretty cool. So those were like some of the random kids books that I got. Now for some of the fun books.
Let's see them.
So went to one of the shops, like 20 minutes from my house, and he's I guess the daughter and son own the shop. The father is a dealer, so he doesn't really put a lot of his comic books there, because they cater more to new comic books and like Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. So they don't put a lot of big books there. But these are some of the back issues I got from him. I got Strange Tales issue number 138. This is the first appearance of Eternity. One of my personal favorites. I've never had a chance to buy this book up until just now. And this is New Gods, issue number 1. Ton of first appearances on here. Oh, yeah. And obviously Jack Kirby goodness, writing and artwork.
That's awesome, dude.
Picked up my second copy of Tales of the Teen Titans, issue number 44. Obviously, this is first Nightwing. Dick Grayson is Nightwing.
Yep, and on the cover too, which is
And on the
awesome.
cover, yep. So that was pretty cool.
Nightwing and a 9.6, great grade.
And what else? I think that's all I got right now, actually. And my daughter just woke up, so I gotta actually sign out.
Okay, I understand. Sounds good. I appreciate you coming on, sir.
All right, guys, have a good night. Sorry.
Later, dude. If anyone wants to, any Burke fam members wants to jump in, I did put the link into the Burke fam chats. We're hanging out here for another 15 or 20 minutes or so. I am pretty tired this week. I will say, like I said, I just finished Dark Crisis, and it was good, man. It was really good. The ending was so good. So good. But before we got that, like, I was a big fan. Like, the Big Bang book was fun because it, like, kind of touched on everything from, like Kingdom Come to DC Mech to the Jurassic, like, League, like the Jurassic Justice League book, to like everything. It was fun because it was like kind of showing all the different worlds. It showed like the Batman 66 world. It was really cool. It was really, really cool to see in there. The Red Canary, I wasn't a big fan of the character, but the Dark Army one shot here, learning about Dr. Light and how she's so connected to the Dark Crisis event and how she was kind of like the savior to the event was really cool. That was fun, and seeing them, kind of talk about how big of a jerk Damien is was pretty cool as well. And getting to see his future was fun too. The Warzone book was good too. We got to see some Barry Allen, and we got to see the two wives, Linda and Iris, hanging out talking about, basically being wives of speedsters. That was pretty cool. And we got to see officially the Justice League come back for like at least one page in this book, and that was fun. I also liked the Worlds Without a Justice League Batman book, where they're basically splitting Bruce Wayne into two different characters, one for like the wealth and the mind and the person, and one for Batman. I thought was an interesting concept and definitely fit the mold for Batman being in his own world. And it was kind of cool, like how they were saying, that every day or two they come back, both of them come back together, and Alfred has to like redo their minds and do a new character for them to like go after, like a new villain, I should say. So I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see what everyone's saying over here. Okay, so I'm gonna make a video on this. So comic goals for 2023. So I mean, it's the same as last year. Collect less new comics, get more big books. But I will say, I feel like even though if you like watch my video for my best books of 2022, like there wasn't that many big books. Like I think there's only like 6 or 7 in the video. But the big books in that video, like there were some pretty big books, at least for me. At least for me. I remember when I first started collecting comics, like I thought a big book was like $25. And then I was like, okay, I thought a big book was like 50 or $100. And now I'm getting books that are obviously way more expensive than that. I don't know if I'll ever spend as much as I did on that Brave and the Bold 28. But I have some books I'm going after this year. I definitely want to get a first Deathstroke book, Titans #2. I definitely want to get a Brainiac, first appearance of Brainiac. I want to get some more Superman books for sure. And Kevin Eastman is going to be at the con in Kansas City. I know you know that, Dan. And I'm excited to get him to sign and sketch my team in T1. Maybe I'll crack my Wolverine one and have Chris Claremont sign it as well. I'm not quite sure on that. It's a pretty good grade of a 9.4, so I don't really want to mess with that and have it go down to like a 9.0 or a 9.2. So I don't know. There are some other books I'm after. I'm going to try to do more DC again this year because everyone knows I'm a big DC fan. So those are some of my goals for the year. I'll make a whole video on it and everything. Let's see here. It is morphine time. What is up, Mad Spidey? How's it going? The event put me to sleep. You would say that. I'll tell you what, Flo and I'm not sure if there's two people that disagree more on movies and comic books than me and Flo. And I love Flo more than almost anyone. Like I try to listen to all of his podcasts, whether it's on, the Apple podcast or on YouTube or whatever. But I'll tell you what, I couldn't disagree more with his Black Adam take. And I couldn't disagree more with his take on Dark Crisis. That is for sure. That is for sure. My goal is to meet Burke Nasty in person. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in Kansas City in March. So my whole family is kind of mad at me right now. I wouldn't say like the whole family, but like my wife and kid are not super happy with me right now because they're going to Florida that whole week when the con is, which is on Friday. And they're getting back the day the con starts on Friday. And they're getting back at like really late at night. And they're upset that I'm not going with them to Florida. They're going with like all my in-laws down there to Florida for a couple of days. And they're upset that I'm choosing the con over my family, which kind of sounds bad, but you know what? This is like the one thing the whole year that I look forward to hang out with all my friends, get some comic books, get some signed, and just chill. And so, like, I think my wife kind of understands, but my daughter, she's letting me have it lately. I'll tell you what, she is letting me have it. She's not happy that I am not going to Florida, or at least right now I'm not going to Florida. So, but yeah, hopefully you come to KC and we'll definitely get to hang out and meet. So, I'm looking at having Eastman and Kevin Nash sign a TMNT 2 movie poster. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Actually, so one of my goals that I probably should have said is I would like to do some more interviews with some bigger, creators or celebrities this year. My JDF video did pretty well. I want to say, last time I looked at it, had like 4,000 views, maybe 5,000, something like that. Let me look really quick. It got almost 4,000 views. It's at 3,850 right now. And I did that at the con, and that was a lot of fun. I would love to get to interview Kevin Eastman. That would be a huge goal of mine. Maybe Panda can be there, and he can interview him as well. Interview Chris Claremont. That would be a lot of fun. And any other like celebrities, that would be really cool. I know they're going to be announcing a lot more over the next like month or two. So that'd be really fun to get to meet him, get some signatures, and get an interview as well. Shoot, Kevin Eastman. That is awesome, man, especially now that you have a TMNT 1. Yeah, definitely getting. So I have 2 TMNT 1s. I got a number 1 third print and a 5th print. And I'm going to bring both. Hopefully he signs a 5th print for free. I know that the third print is going to be more expensive because I want all the turtles on it. So I'm excited. Yeah, that's right. I'm not leaving the family. They're leaving me to go to Florida. I'm just the one staying. And what I said is I'll watch my in-laws' dog while they're gone. So I'm really doing everyone a favor by staying. So I don't know. Maybe I should go and just leave like a day early, but I don't want to be tired going into the weekend. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to be exhausted if I go to Florida over the first few days before the con. And so I don't know. Maybe we'll go. I don't know. But right now I'm definitely think about not going. The con is March 17th through the 19th. I'll pull up the website so you guys can see who all is coming. I'm really, really, really excited. That's right. I'm not leaving the family because I'm going to be with the Burke family. Thank you, Flo, for pointing that out. If you need interview tips, I got you. Hey, you know what? We'll have you on and you can just say everything sucks because I feel like every time you review something, it's usually not good. Unless it's like an indie book. You're really into those indies. So an Eastman interview would be dope. Yes, sir. By the way, I plan on having a whole group of us sign another blank sketch cover. That'd be awesome. You know what? I have an idea. I have a really good idea for any Burke fan members or really any of my friends. I have a great idea for something just like that. So, okay, let me pull up this website so you guys can see who's all going to be at this con. And Eric is actually going to be sending me, Eric, my comic book _ pressing, my presser. He's going to be sending me some books to get some signatures for him as well. Hopefully it goes better than the last time when I smudged a Clayton Crane signature. So, okay. All right, let's see here. William Shatner is going to be there. Okay, let's just go to guest. Here we go. This should be in alphabetical order. All right, so we're gonna have. I don't really know any of these people. Columbine, I recognize that name. Author. Chris Claremont, like I said, he's gonna be there. I don't recognize. I guess Rick Burchett is an Eisner Award winner. He did Batman Adventures. Okay, cool. Amanda Connor, Harley Quinn in Justice League, and Wonder Woman. Cool. Rachel Lee Cook. Okay, so she was Patty Spivot on The Flash, and she's been in a lot of other things as well. I think she was in. She's been in a lot of things. I want to say she was in One Tree Hill in the later seasons. William Daniels, obviously, he was from Boy Meets World. Don't recognize these two people. Kevin Eastman, like I said, is going to be there. I'm super excited about that. Super excited about that. Garth Ennis, maybe I should get like a reprint of The Boys and get him to sign it. Giancarlo Esposito, everyone knows him from Mandalorian, also from The Boys, and a few other things as well. I don't recognize any of these people. Do not recognize any of them. Phil Hester, I recognize that name. I don't really recognize any of these other people, though. David Mack, I do recognize that name. Buster Moody, so he was actually at the last con that I was at in Kansas City in August. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. He used to do TMNT. B. Claymore is another comic writer. K-State guy. He's a K-State grad. I'm a big fan of him because he's a K-State guy. So everyone should know who that guy is. Kevin Nash, Dan Eckery was talking about him. Don't recognize these two people. Let's see here. I don't recognize any of these people either. I guess this guy did ASM and Stargirl. That's cool. Okay, so this guy's like a painter or something. Yeah, sports paintings. Cool. Jimmy Palmiotti, Harley Quinn. That's what I know him from. Andy Parks. Okay. I don't know a lot of these people. William Shatner, obviously from Star Trek. Not to be confused with Star Wars. Completely different, obviously. And then those two people. So I know they're going to be announcing more and more as we get closer to the con. I'm excited about getting to see some of those celebrities and seeing who else comes. And I'm excited to see what comic vendors come and what they have on their walls and what their prices are, because prices are a lot lower now than they had been in the last basically 2 years. So I'm excited about that. I really am excited about the con. Okay. So like I said, it is March 17th through the 19th in Kansas City. There's a chance I could be in Kansas City 3 straight weekends, because the weekend before is the Big 12 basketball tournament. And I usually go to that to go watch K-State play. I usually get tickets for all weekend. So I might be there the weekend before, which is like the weekend that spring break starts. And then obviously I'm going to be there for the con. And then the following weekend is the NCAA tournament, like regional site. So K-State would have to be in the Midwest region, and it'd have to still be in the tournament for me to go. But there's a possibility I could be in Kansas City for 3 straight weekends. So I'm excited. Hopefully that happens. That'd be really cool. Phil Hester is going to be my biggest person to see. Okay. Rachel Lee Cook was Josie and Josie and the Pussycats. Oh, yeah. I know it said it on there, but yeah, I didn't know that. Dude, Planet Con should be so much fun. Yeah, so as of right now, Mike V is non-committal. Mike V is non-committal because he has a child coming, and he's not quite sure, where they're going to be at and like when the baby's due at that point. I think he'll know a little bit more as we get closer. Hopefully he can come down for at least one day. Panda told me today he's coming. He's coming for at least one day. So I'm excited about that. I know everyone else is going to be there all weekend. Me, you, Becker, Dan, and whoever else is Flo. It should be a lot of fun. I think Nick's coming as well. Should be a lot of fun. Prices are down. Yes, they are, sir. Yes, they are. And that's good for us buyers. That is good for us buyers. That is for sure. Phil Hester is an awesome person. Got a Darth Vader sketch from him. Cool. I'm trying to get some steals. Yeah, dude. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yes, Pocan Joe. Yes, that's right. He was there last year. Hopefully, he doesn't get run over again like he did last year. That was crazy. I'm not sure that there's ever been like a crazier like bar hangout between comic book people than what we had last year. Like that was amazing to get to hang out at McFadden's down in Power Light District in Kansas City 2 nights in a row, and one of them nights raining, and Daymare is getting all drunk, and we need to get JP to come out. We need to get JP Budget Collect to come out because he did not come out at all last year. Hopefully he can show up at the bars after. That'd be a lot of fun. Pocan Joe said he's in for another PlanetCon. Sweet. Dude, we definitely should do another challenge. But I think this time we're going to do like an all-day challenge if we're going to do it again. Because 2 hours or like an hour wasn't long enough. Or maybe what was it, 20 minutes? Whatever it wasn't long enough. And I don't want people to be rushed because that place is humongous. It is a ginormous building to be in, and there's a lot of people there. It takes a long time just to get through like one aisle. And so if we're going to do a challenge, we'll have to do like a day 2 challenge, because usually like the first day, everyone's really excited, but like day 2 or day 3, that's when you're going to get your best deals. So, yeah, Marcus is the reigning champ. He is the reigning champ. So we'll see if he can hold on to that championship belt or if someone else is going to wear it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. It's going to be a great time. I know I've said I'm excited like 1,000 times, but that should just tell you how excited I am. Hopefully some more people come. D-Rock Comics came like a year or 2 ago, and it'd be a lot of fun to get to see him again as well. I'm going to place a challenge with you involving a gift for you. Oh, all right. Well, we'll see what this challenge is as we get closer. What were you guys' favorite books this week? When I was looking at what comics came out, I only grabbed one book, and that is Batman 130 or 131, I should say. So that is the only book that I grabbed. What did you guys get this week? What was on your poll? What was your favorite book that you guys got this week? I guess I could pull up the old list. We're gonna be live here for another 5 or 10 minutes, and we're gonna get out of here. I am tired. Okay, let's see here. Here are the books that came out yesterday. Oh yeah, in that Big Bang book, they showed off the Dark Knights of Steel universe as well, which I thought was pretty cool. So this was the only book that I grabbed, and I actually grabbed the cover B, Joe Quesada. I thought that was the best cover between cover A and cover B. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry about that. Okay. Here are some books that came out. Batman 131, Dark Knights of Steel 9. Man, this is taking forever to wrap up. I'm going to get the trade paperback when it comes out. What's going on? Drac, what's up, dude? How are you doing? Haven't got to my shop yet. I grabbed Star Wars 30. Excited to pick up Joker. Cool. Avengers 64, X-Force 36. It feels like there's like a billion Avengers and X-Men books, but I'm sure people say the same thing about Batman, because it is true. X-Men Red 10, Spawn 337. I'm sure Austin picked that up. Spider-Man 4. There's Star Wars 30, Mr. Dan. Poison Ivy, number 8. I'm sure there's like a love story in that book, but I'm not grabbing it. Fantastic Four, number 3. Captain Marvel 45. Marauders 10. I'm just going over what books came out this week. Let me know what books you guys liked or what books you guys picked up. The Scarlet Witch, number 1. Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, 8. Gold Goblin 3. The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 4. Is that the book you're talking about there, Flo? Gotham City, Year 1, Number 4, you know, Mike V asked why I didn't grab this book, and I don't know. Maybe I should have, but let me know. Is Gotham City Year One like a good book to be reading? Let me know if you guys are reading it. Secret Invasion number 3, The Walking Dead 54, Sword of Azrael number 6. Man, I loved Azrael's suit as a kid in the 90s. It was so like different and colorful and like spikes everywhere. Like it was really BA. Like I thought it was really, really, really cool. Planet Hulk, World Breaker number 3, X-Men Legends 5, Stillwater 17, Shang-Chi, Master of the Ten Rings number 1. I think someone was saying that like the Ten Rings are like from like the future or something. I was reading that on somewhere, like maybe like a rumor or something. I don't know. Joe Fixit number 1, Sonic 56, rating pink 2. What are they doing? Like a whole like Power Rangers universe here? What the heck? Magic the Gathering 22, Magic Order 3, The Approach 3, Kaya 4, TMNT Armageddon Game, The Alliance number 3. And then I'm just going to show off the rest of these books that came out. I'm not going to read them all just because there's so many. What was your guys' favorite books? I'm going to scroll down a little bit more and then we'll look at the chat here in just a second. All right, let's see here. Hey, what's up, Scott? How's it going, man? How are you doing? I'm not a Tom King guy. No, I'm not a Tom King guy. And I like Gotham. Interesting. Oh, is that who's writing it? Is that who's writing it? Nope, not reading it. I am not going to read that book. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to get Phil Hester to sign a book with the inscription of Burke loves Tom King. Please don't. Please don't. Perry Comic, Perry Gaming, Perry the guy. What is going on, sir? How you doing? What was your guys' favorite books of the week? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to go to a new comic book shop that's opening in town. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find what it says. Okay. It's called Clumsy's Grand Opening. They're going to have $1 comic books and 15% off sticker price carded over 50,000 sports cards. And I did ask if they have just regular like $1 comics or they have like wall books. And the response was, we have dollar books and then priced comics. So we'll see how it goes. I don't have high hopes. I do not have high hopes. I hope it's good, but I don't have high hopes. I do not. Let's see if this guy has high hopes.
I have high hopes, pie in the sky hopes. Right?
Yeah, so all the comic shops that have ever
Kennedy.
opened.
Wait, no, we're not here to vote for John F. Kennedy. Oh,
all the comic shops that have ever opened in my town have all closed down.
Not enough people to support them?
The town is only 50,000 people. So, yeah, I guess there's just not enough. We had a Hastings, which is, I guess, counted as a comic shop. We had a Boom comic book store. This is like really before like Boom Studios Comics was like a big thing. We had my old LCS, which was Rockwood Comics. We had another comic book store that was, I don't even know what the name of it was. And then there was like a place that did like games and figures and all that stuff that had comic books.
Yeah.
That was down as well. And so essentially I don't have high hopes for this place. I'm going to go in hoping for the best, but expecting the worst.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
What do you want? Do you want a place that's going to have all your back issue needs, or you want a place that you can pick up your modern current stuff? Yeah.
I mean, I think preferably I would like the place to have like some really cool back issues. You know what I mean? like some bigger books, because it didn't say anything about new comics, which makes me think that they don't do that, which is fine because I'll just keep ordering from Paul.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't have high hopes from a place that's just opening. That's called Clumsies, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll do a video on it. I'll say that.
Well, it's one of those things you find out what is it they're going to have, right? Is it going to be just comics? Is it going to be?
No, and that's the thing. So they're gonna have
I missed that part.
Pokemon
Sorry.
cards, sports cards,
Okay.
comic books, and toys.
All right. So, yeah, which is what 90% of most comic book shops have, anyways, these days,
Sure.
right? They have some retro toys that they bought, collectible toys, and a bunch of cards because they don't take up a lot of space, but they are high profit,
Right.
right? So,
Sure.
okay. And then some gaming, maybe, and because say subset culture, and again, that's actually margin and stuff that sells. And
Yeah. So it's gonna be pretty close to the mall, which is where we're going to the movies tomorrow to go see the new Puss in Boots movie. So maybe I'll go a little bit early. They said over 1,000 $1 comics.
well, okay, so that's what, 4 long boxes?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
That's not,
1,000 sounds like an impressive number, and
it's really, yeah,
it's 4
sure.
long boxes. Correct.
Sure.
Huzzah! You know who else had that many? I went to a store when I was visiting Slotted Up. It was the Star Wars store, which is like focused on Star Wars stuff. They also had like 10 long boxes of freaking dirty cheap comics. So
Yeah,
I mean,
and Chris is right. Saying that
no,
shops can't
but a
survive.
comic shop can't survive off dollar books either.
No, well, no, that's true. Like, let's say that they bought like a collection for, let's say 100. Let's say they bought all 4 boxes for a total of $100. They're gonna do quite well, right? But we'll see.
Still, look, I can turn a 300-500% profit on a dollar long box. It's still, dollar a book. It's still not gonna. You need the middle ground, right?
Yeah,
And it's not necessarily the subscription stuff either. That's what brings people in on a weekly basis. It's the mid grade back issues that are going to do, but it's also the other things that aren't comics that typically are going to have higher margins. That's why
that's why
you're
they
going to
have the
have
toys.
so you're going to have the toys, you're going to have the card packs, you're going to have the gaming supplies and other stuff. Those things are margin. They have higher turnover. They're more predictable. Comics, you can buy a collection and you could be sitting on some of those books for decade before
Sure.
you realize them. That's a long time to have your capital tied up in inventory. So it's always it's a definitely and I don't, and Bruce obviously would, or Chris is going to know a lot more since he actually runs a shop than me. I only know basic business from the manufacturing side for a while back in my younger days and retail sides, but
Right.
so you've got to be able to have something. There's a balance where you have to be able to turn enough profit on your stuff and volume, because at the end of the day you've got to pay the rent, the electric bill, all your employees,
Hmm.
their benefits, if they any number of things, right? That's a lot of dollar books if you think you're going to clear enough profit to pay your rent and your power bills and everything and pay your employees.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't disagree with that whatsoever. That's for sure.
So
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't have high hopes, but never know.
well, good thing is you support them and give them a chance to support them how you can, right? Maybe
Yep.
you don't, maybe you're still buying your current pull list and stuff from the ABX, and that's fine. But you go in there and you see what else they got, and you try to take some stuff and take a look around. And
Okay, so they're basically going into where my old comic book shop used to be.
okay,
They're going into the exact
that's
same.
at least a smart. People who may not have known that the other shop is gone yet and went infrequently may stumble upon them and or are used to going there and everything else, right? So that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it's right across the street. I'll make a video on it. I still need to make a video on the best comics of 2022.
Yeah.
I'll just say this: there's not many that were very good as of last year that still hold value. But there are some. There's a few, and then I need to make a video of what I'm looking for this year, and then a video of what I believe to be like the best books of
Yeah.
2023.
Chris, that totally makes sense to me. That would be that's the price range where you're going to get people are going to buy volume books, and
Mhm.
you could have potentially picked them out of collections that you acquired for fractions of a dollar. So you can turn your 500 to 1,000% margin
Sure,
potentially off that individual book. God knows how long you had to hold on to it though, which
sure.
diminishes that capital return, but it pays off the loss leaders and the other stuff and helps to make life get going. So that totally makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the big Grail books, those are nice. Those are things you can't build your business on. I mean,
No.
unless you just really become a shop where that is what people travel, you're online and people are buying from you. As a regular LCS, having the big books are great. Like Chris said, people are coming to look at them, occasionally sell one, but you can't forecast that in your business model. Those are just those nice bonuses that hit. But when you're building your business forecast, you build it off your subscriptions and your regular sales. uh,
Yep.
that's what you got to do. So
I agree. I agree. You jumped on here right when I was about to get off, actually.
yeah, I know. I've unfortunately I was actually I made a nice strip roast and smashed
Oh,
potatoes and stuff, and
nice.
we were having a little bit later dinner here tonight, and finishing off we had half a bottle of wine from the other night that was still open that I couldn't let go bad because it was nice, $150 bottle. You're
Yeah.
not
Well, I
gonna let
mean,
it go bad.
they are expensive wallpaper. It depends
Yeah.
on the price you paid for them and like what you can put them up there for. So, like for instance, if you get like a big collection that has a lot of awesome books that you didn't pay very much for, then you can put them like below FMV and sell a whole bunch
Yeah,
for
but
cheap, right?
yeah.
But that doesn't
Well,
happen very often. So,
yeah, I mean, sure, if you pay almost nothing for it, you can, and that becomes the point. That's the point when you're doing your business is trying to decide where's your point where you're selling it to move it to turn the dollars, but you also
mhm.
maximize your profit, right? There's a scale at which some shops they just want to maximize profit, which means
Yep,
they're willing to sit on that capital for a longer period of time, and then there's others that are going to say, no, I want to turn my capital quickly, and they're going to sell and they sell things quicker. That's what I mean. I see it all the time. Like when I go, um, some shops, online shops, even they're doing stuff on Instagram with some of their sales.
hmm
We're doing live sales. They don't necessarily sell books regularly, but they're just doing live sales. When I got the three ASM 365s for $65 a pop, no, the guy they were all 9.6s. He obviously could have sat there and sold them at a higher price and maximized his
sure,
value, but he was looking at turning dollars, right?
sure.
And because of the cost of doing business and everything else you want to do, and that's better. So he was willing to he was into them for basically the cost of grading because they were part of a collection or something. So, you
Yep.
know, as long as he's covering his cost of grading, making some profit off of it, he was fine. But
What I think is that a lot of people, and this is just my personal opinion based off of the area that I live in.
mhm.
I feel like there's a lot more comic vendors that only go to the shows to sell because they can
Mhm.
pay like a 1 month rent, right? And be around only comic
Sure.
people that are going there to get bigger
Well,
books,
those
right?
guys are
As
probably
opposed
doing
to,
stuff online. I mean,
yeah, and they're doing stuff online as well.
going
Yeah.
to some of those it depends on the shows, right? Obviously, the small shows um, definitely they have a better chance of turning a profit because usually the buy-in for a table at those shows is reasonable.
Yeah.
Whereas really big cons or whatnot,
Mhm.
the number again, you go in like I know there was one here locally just not long ago that it was there was only turned out it was mostly pop culture stuff, and only like 3 comic vendors there. And
Right.
the booths were like $500 for the table,
Right.
whatever, or 300 for the cheap spots and $500 for the prime spots, which is not expensive compared to a lot of shows. But also, depending upon the show, still could be a little bit high. But still, they couldn't. The guys, there was just enough volume with once people walked in there and they found like there's only 3 comic vendors. And a lot of people left, and they weren't there for that, and so they were having struggles over the 2 days the show was there
Mhm.
clearing
There are. I know people who do.
clearing not only their cost, but also then enough to make their time, having spent 2 days there, lugging all that stuff back and forth
Sure,
and everything
sure.
else. So,
I
but
mean, I think it just depends on the vendor as well. Like,
I mean, yeah, I mean the online has allows selling through for some of those places. What's allowing people who maybe used to have, especially during the pandemic, shops that may have closed because of rent costs or anything else, that now have these inventories rather than liquidating them for pennies on the dollar, that may have still been able to make themselves a go of it, selling things online and then turning around and developing a business model based off that, because you don't necessarily have the same rent and expenses and everything else. You obviously increase your shipping expenses there, but that's something that typically you're passing along directly to the consumer. So it's not necessarily the same business expense,
Yeah,
um, but
and
yeah, I mean,
also,
there's a lot of stuff that's changed the market, and all I can do though is, as much as I can, is to go to my local LCS and support them. Like I said, when I look at when I'm buying, that's why I have no problem. I gave up most of my crazy online variants, and I buy incentives whenever I can over the books I'm interested in from my LCS, because that's what's going to help them from me, because I'm not the guy who's buying card packs. I'm not buying, um, $40 sets of dice, but I am buying, $15 one in 10 and a $25, one in 25 or whatever, or $40 or whatever they're charging this week.
it depends on what you're selling because okay, so for instance, the big con that I'm going to in Kansas
Yep.
City in March, I just looked up the price. It's about $1,100 for a booth there, and I'm sure that there's different prices depending on the different sizes as well. But that's the first one that I saw. Anyways, you could recoup that in the first half of the day, right? And go
Mm,
selling a couple books.
maybe, depending on what you sell. But
So,
you
for
got
instance, okay,
but you can
so
remember,
here's
$1,100 in sales volume is not $1,100 in profit.
sure, sure. So here's what I'm going to say. I know someone that he goes to like all the cons around Kansas City and Midwest and whatnot, and he usually tells me, this is how much the table costs. I recoup my losses, or I recoup the costs, in just like the first however many days, or how many hours, and they usually do pretty well at those bigger cons. And I think they look at it as 3 days work, right, as opposed to owning a shop where you have to go in there every day
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So
If they have a big collection again, and what Chris was saying earlier,
yeah.
when you talk about, if they have a bunch of books that are, not necessarily sitting there with
Mhm.
80 boxes of dollar books and then nothing but, mega wall books that you have a limited audience for, if instead you have a good number of boxes that are your
Mhm.
$5 to $60 books or whatnot, that, yeah, the volume that you can sell there
Mhm.
can be probably enough that you could, if it's a good con with good traffic and
Mhm.
you're selling at fair pricing, I'm sure that you could probably make that into a profitable endeavor, um, rather very quickly. Now, can that be your only business model? I don't know. It depends on how many cons
No,
there are
I think that
in your area, but
I think that's his side business, of course.
oh yeah,
Like
side hustle
so,
is fine.
the specific person I'm talking about, his booth is usually like wall books of like $100 plus,
Mhm.
maybe even like $200 plus, and then like on the sides he's got like ones that are like dollar books, and then he's got ones that are like $5 books, and then like he's got some $10 to $20 books, and then he's got $20 to $100 books in
Mhm.
their own cases, and then he's just got regular price like run fillers as well. And so he's got a huge selection of books. And so
Yeah,
I
those are the good ones. Those smaller,
yeah.
those ones where you're going to have some of your people who are showing the books are collectors
Mhm.
who are doing stuff on the selling stuff on the side and stuff to whatever to fund their collection. That's great. The show I'm going to in 2 weeks up in Berkeley is a mix of vendors, consignment shops, and collectors.
Mhm.
High end collectors who are selling their stuff, and that's some of the better pickups I've done have been from those collectors that are selling, because yeah, they are, you know not as, sometimes they're not even as business astute, or they don't even
Right.
know they don't even necessarily know what they're into on a particular book or whatnot.
I feel that. But I'm just excited to see like the different like vendors and see what they have and just hang out with everyone. That's gonna be a
Yeah.
really good time. That's for sure.
Well, that's what I'm excited for. We actually, I was all thinking that I was going to this Berkeley show, then I wasn't going to go to anything until Heroes Con. But now, I just got, I ended up buying tickets for Shortbox is doing a show. They're doing a show, putting their own con together in May, and they're doing it right here in my town. So like actually the convention center is like 2 miles from my house. So I'm all okay. Well, and it cost is only like $20 to get in. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll buy my ticket. I don't have to travel. I don't have to get a hotel, and I can pay for $20 to go in. Hell yeah.
There you go.
So I'll do that in Heroes Con, and then maybe Fan Expo at the end of the year.
Hell yeah. You have only slabs this weekend?
I do. We have Man Cave Comics coming on to kick off our first show of the new year.
Oh yeah.
So that's always a good show.
Nice. We're going to be having.
And then, then on Sunday immediately, the Sunday, I have an interview with Tony from EGS Grading. He'll be on with me at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to sit down and do a live interview. We'll have opportunity for the audience to ask questions as we kind of learn more about him and EGS and just grading in general and
sweet
all that other stuff.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Nice. Sunday we'll open a comic and gun range show. Comic shop gun range. Nice. Targets will be Turok ones. Nice. Saturday is my daughter's birthday party. Yesterday was her actual birthday. She turned 8. But we're going to have a birthday party at the gymnastics center in the middle of the day. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun for sure. So that is my live stream for today. Pretty quick. I'm tired. I got to get, like I said earlier, it's been hard on my old body going from waking up at 9:30 every day to waking up at 6. And I know that Rob's laughing because he wakes up at 4 o'clock every day. But
well, no, normally I wake up at 5. Normally, I wake up at 4 just on Fridays.
Are you going to be on the morning stream tomorrow?
Yep, I wake up at 4 tomorrow.
There you go. Cool. I'm going to hit up all of the sponsors, then we will get out of here. Thank you to the amazing people over at the616comics.com. Thank you to them for sponsoring the channel and the monthly Burke Box, guys. Check out the616comics.com. Thank you also to the channel members. You guys are so amazing. I appreciate you guys so much. Everyone in the family tier there, including Rob, is entered to win that monthly Burke Box again, sponsored by the616comics.com. I link to everyone in the family tier and friend tier. A link to their Instagram or YouTube is in the description of all my videos. Subscribe to them, follow them, and support this amazing comic book community. And what else here?
Hey, what if I wanted to start my own show on YouTube?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. There's an affiliate link below. If you're thinking about starting your own YouTube channel, hit that affiliate link below for StreamYard. Use StreamYard for your live streams, for your recorded videos, all of that. It costs you the same. I just get a little kickback.
Actually, there is. If depending upon what they do, if they go beyond just using the free, they will get a discount once they spend a certain amount.
Sweet. Nice. See, you're telling these people more than I know. Nice.
I was looking at it the other day. Not that I was going to promote it, but I was just looking to see what it was. So.
Cool. I appreciate that. And if you guys need some books pressed, consider Eric, comicbook_pressing and IG. Use promo code BURK54. Get free shipping back to you on your first order. All right, guys. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. We had a great time. And as always, go Cats.
Cowabunga. It's Morphin time.